All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about the tough, unwritten rules of building a career. The stuff people usually spend years learning the hard way. Think of this as your professional cheat sheet. So, let me ask you a question. What are the unwritten rules of your career? Seriously, take a sec. Forget the official job description for a minute. What are the real rules that dictate your progress, your happiness, and, yeah, ultimately, your success? Well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. Most people, they learn these rules by making mistakes, a lot of them. But we're here to give you a massive head start. This is all about helping you sidestep those common traps and just move forward with way more clarity. Alright, so our first big theme is all about navigating your professional world. And the subtitle here says it all. It's not just about the work you do. See, success isn't just about hitting your targets. It's about understanding the whole game you're playing, the relationships, the office politics, and how people actually see you. So, in this section, we're going to hit 4 big truths: relationships over resumes, how perception shapes reality, the hard fact that effort isn't always enough, and finally, why your boss isn't your friend. Let's dive in. Okay, here's the first big reality check. Your resume. It's great, it gets you in the door. But it's your relationships, your reputation, that's what opens the next door. Progress really does come from who knows you and how you take care of those connections. How you're perceived both in the office and online literally shapes what opportunities even come across your desk. And this really brings us to the next point. Look at this comparison here. On one side, you've got invisible work. That's all the effort, the grind, the late nights. But on the other side, visible work, the impact. And here's the deal. You can be the busiest person in the company, but if your work isn't creating a visible impact that people notice, you're just spinning your wheels. The trick is to focus on work that really moves the needle, and then make sure the right people know about it. Because pure effort by itself is just not enough. Right, this next one can be a little tough to swallow. Your boss isn't your friend. Now hold on, this isn't about being cold or cynical, it's about being professional. Think about it. Your manager has their own goals, their own pressures from their boss. Your priorities and theirs won't always line up perfectly, and that's okay. The key is to keep it steady, keep it professional, find that alignment, and just deliver great work. Okay, so that brings us to our next major section, fueling your personal growth. This is where we shift the focus from the outside world to you. Because at the end of the day, your career is your responsibility. You are the CEO of You Incorporated. Nobody else is going to manage it for you. So what are we covering here? Being your own advocate. The fact that you should never, ever stop learning. Embracing discomfort. Yeah, we'll get into that. How to filter feedback. And spoiler alert, your career is absolutely going to pivot. I just love how simple and powerful this is. Silence rarely creates opportunity. It's so true, right? If you want that raise, if you need that resource, if you're eyeing a new opportunity, you have to ask. You have to speak up. Waiting around hoping someone will notice your hard work and just give you what you want, that is a losing game. You have got to be your own biggest advocate. And speaking of growth, let's talk about that diploma you worked so hard for. It was an amazing accomplishment, a fantastic starting point, but its currency fades over time. What really matters more and more every single year are your current skills, your attitude, and your consistency. The truth is, learning has no finish line. The moment you stop learning, you start falling behind. And your path is definitely not going to be a straight line. I mean, look at this. A career is full of twists and turns. You'll start somewhere, maybe take a calculated risk 5 years in, face a completely unexpected pivot at year 10, and find new growth somewhere you never imagined. The ability to adapt, that's your superpower. Because staying comfortable, that's the danger zone. That's where careers go to die. All the good stuff, all the growth, it's always on the other side of discomfort. Okay, let's talk feedback. You're gonna get a lot of it from everyone. The key is to not let it all in. You have to be a filter. See, not all feedback is created equal. The trick is to identify that small circle of people, the ones whose opinions you genuinely trust and respect, and listen intently to them. Let their input guide you. For everyone else, you've got to learn to just tune out the noise. Which brings us to our final section, and honestly, this might be the most important one of all. It's about protecting your life's balance. Because let's be real, all the career success in the world means absolutely nothing if you burn yourself out to get it. This is about making it sustainable. It's about boundaries. It's about remembering that you are not your job title. So what are we going to cover? The fact that you are not replaceable at home. the absolute need to guard your energy, setting your own boundaries, why loyalty is a two-way street, and finally, understanding what your most scarce resource really is. Okay, let's just sit with this one for a second. This is probably the most powerful truth in this entire list. You are replaceable at work. I know, that's harsh, but it's true. They will find someone else. But at home, with the people who love you, you are the only one. You are utterly irreplaceable. Never, ever lose sight of that. And that leads right into this. Burnout. Here's the thing about burnout. Your passion is not a shield. It doesn't matter how much you love your job. If you run your engine in the red for too long, you will burn out. Exhaustion always wins in the end. It's not a moral failing, it's not a weakness, it's just physics. So, how do you actually protect yourself? It comes down to a few things. First, you have to set boundaries, because if you don't set them for yourself, believe me, someone else will set them for you, and you're not going to like where they are. Second, protect your time. It's not coming back. And third, question blind loyalty. Is it a two-way street? Don't give up everything for a company that wouldn't hesitate to let you go. And this right here really puts it all into perspective. Money comes and goes. You can always make more. It's a renewable resource. But time is finite. Every second that passes is gone for good. It is, without a doubt, your most precious non-renewable asset. You have to guard it like a hawk. Okay, let's start to wrap this up. We've covered a lot, and some of it is pretty tough stuff. But these truths aren't meant to be negative or pessimistic. Not at all. Think of them as a framework, a set of tools to help you build a professional life that's smarter, healthier, and way more intentional. So, what's that framework again? It's 3 simple parts. 1. Navigate your world. Understand the game. 2. Fuel your growth. Own your development. And 3. Protect your balance. Put your well-being first. That's it. Really, the whole point of this is to give you that cheat sheet we talked about at the beginning. It's about helping you skip years of painful trial and error so you can start moving toward work that just feels better, clearer, and more aligned with who you actually are. So I'll leave you with one last question to think about. Out of everything we just went through, which one truth really hit home for you? Which is the one that, if you actually put it into practice tomorrow, could change everything?